Hey, here we go. Are the polls legitimate? Why do I ask this question? Well, I saw good old Beau the Fifth Column, Justin King. I saw this fool saying, well, Donald Trump helped turn people to socialism because of some random fucking poll. He probably linked it in the video. I didn't care about where it went because guess what? It probably is bullshit. But a lot of big brain fools, folks, these faux intellectuals want to be like, well, the poll will show this. Let me tell you something. Maybe this is anti-intellectual, but I'd rather listen to someone who's anti-intellectual than a pseudo. But to me, polls are bullshit. Okay? I mean, there's so many factors to take in with polls. I mean, one of the first ones would be, what is your sample size? Are you talking like 2,000 people? You know, what's it? Are you using a Likert scale? Are you doing, are you doing like a simple yes or no sort of thing? How long is it? How long are people willing to wait? Did you give anybody money? Except, like I say, there's so many, it's like whenever you do polls like that, or you do some sort of studies, this and that, where it's like you ask people what they think about something. Is it, internet shit obviously is thrown out the window. In general, that's bullshit. A lot of folks just trolling. So what the fuck is it? Like I say, I've seen this with Vosh too. I'll mention that here in a moment. But what Beau the Fifth Column was saying was that it went from something like 67% of Republicans, or young Republicans, like 21 to something, believe that socialism was bad and capitalism good. Okay, he says, but now I think he said something like 46%, I think, now support capitalism support capitalism, but most are, for socialism. But it's like, okay, that still doesn't mean that they're going to support you. Like I say, they'll probably support national socialism, or I think it was also the poll about, being able to take care of the needy or something like that. And I was like, that's such a loose fucking question because you don't know what the fuck they mean by take care of the needy. You don't know what that means. Like I say, it's very, very, very sus. It's the same thing when you talk about, where it's just like, oh, well, most Americans support homosexuality. They support the LGBTQIA. It's like, okay, where did you get the information from? What did your survey look like? I mean, like I said, so when this sort of poll comes out, there's so many fucking factors. And you say to yourself, well, did you poll that in the city, this and that? Like I say, there's so many clips. I mean, I saw the urbanite scumbag Vosh that he is. I mean, and to a point, I'm an urban scumbag, so I can say urbanite scumbag. But, he's like, well, people in the city are, fairly integrated. And, integration is good for white folks, this and that. Oh, it's just like, oh, boy. They have never been to L.A., have they? It's like, and I remember someone typing that out. It's like, and obviously Vosh lived near Los Angeles for a long time. It's just like, I don't think have you ever heard of the LA riots back in 1992, Vosh? You got to be kidding me, where they pulled a trucker out of the vehicle and hit him with a brick. I don't think that's going to show up on polls. It's like, it's like, imagine if the LA riots had happened like 2 weeks earlier. And they're like, what do you think about living next to African Americans? I don't think that they would be very favorable to that. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. It's the same thing. It's like if you did that over there, if you sent that poll over to a, and I know polls and I know what people are going to say if they ever see this. Polls and surveys are not the same thing. I know. But nonetheless, I imagine that there's some overlap. Actually, let me go ahead and clarify myself here. Polls and surveys. Let me go ahead and Polls and surveys. Here we go. Poll versus survey. Okay, let's see here. So let's make sure. Let me make sure where I'm at. Okay. Okay. Poll. Way of knowing people's choice and understanding what works for them. Polls can help you to measure success of any event or initiative and are carried out at various stages. Polls are mostly carried out in person. A question used to be given a group of people who asked to raise a hand to express their opinion. Later, the telephone polls, wherein a respondent would be asked to dial a number as an answer. Yeah, nobody does that anymore, really. Today, in the digital world, polls are conducted online. Like I say, I take this with a grain of salt, but I did do marketing, and they said basically internet polls are crapola. You don't use internet polls. They are crap. But I try to take that with a grain of salt. Online polls help in market research by providing data on customers' preferences and thereby can help create a strategy. If an organization knows better what a customer wants, yeah, okay. Survey, okay. A survey gathers information from a set of people with the purpose of generalizing the results to a larger population. Thousands of surveys are created every year to understand the choices, preferences, and experiences of customers and employees. Surveys are conducted in different formats and distributed through various mediums. In olden times, surveys were carried out in person, blah, 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 repeating the same thing that they did before. Poll and survey examples: poll, election poll, survey, customer satisfaction survey. Okay. Poll versus survey. Both poll and survey are used to gather feedback. Due to their overlapping usability, one is bound to get confused as to what they select. So there you go. I'm just trying to clarify that poll and survey are not the same thing, but the way to gather the information. Okay, so when to use a poll? Let me see here. Quick shot. Okay, so let's make sure here. So polls are a quick shot. This is questionpro.com. So I take it, like I say, take this all with a grain of salt, but I'm trying to clarify my position. Quick shot insight into customers' choices and feedback and don't need a detailed analysis of their preferences. Okay. Survey, you can filter the results, create criteria and reports for polls as well, but they will be based on the responses to a single question. Okay. So single question. Now, my man, Bo the Fifth Column, said that there were two questions. So it must have been two separate, I think it was two separate polls. Okay. I'm trying to be good faith here. I'm trying. Also, polls let respondents view how they stand as compared to others. Company has committed 1% of its profits to charity. However, it wants its employees to decide internet portal. Oh, would you use surveys? I'm sorry, but sleepy. Okay. Survey is lengthy and requires more time to respond as compared to a poll. Yeah, that's true. There's several different questions. Usually it's like a Likert scale from good to bad, in between. Hence, if you have a lot of time to generate reports and share it with your team members, surveys make a good choice for you. Yeah, polls, obviously, very dissatisfied, not satisfied, neutral, satisfied, very satisfied. That's what's called a Likert scale. But yeah, I don't really think polls, from what I'm reading, it's just a quick thing. So when people say, "Oh, well, according to the polls," and of course, when, the various political races in the United States come up, according to Rasmussen, according to this and that, well, it just, you have to take polls and also surveys with a huge grain of salt. So when I hear this stuff about, oh, well, Republicans now like socialism, they don't even know what the fuck socialism is, chances are. Hell, you barely know what it is. What would socialism in the U.S. look like? You tell me. But yeah. So when I see this type of stuff, same thing when people like Vosh say, oh, well, most people support homosexuality in the U.S. I don't give a fuck whatever some poll says. How many people did they poll? Where did it come from? Et cetera, right? So, like I say, take it all with a grain of salt. That's my opinion. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed that. See you later. And a goodbye. Sorry for that being annoying. I'm not going to do that again. Sorry. My voice kind of broke on that one. Anyway, bye-bye, folks.